wait, because I still have an obligation for you. So I said, dismantling Hamas. Second, release of our hostages. We have 101 hostages.
This is the condition,
The day that I will be able to release this pin from my suit. The third is to make sure that Gaza won't impose a threat to Israel. Now, how do you do that? De-radicalization. Now, you will be extremely smart to ask me, do you think that it's possible to make a process of de-radicalization? Is it possible?
I don't know.
You don't know? I think it is. I mean, the history shows it's possible. Did it happen in the past? Yes. You saw it in the Nazi Germany. You saw it in Japan. You saw it in Italy, the fascist. Okay, it happened.
Is it connection with denazification in Ukraine?
No? It's a slogan. I don't know. No, I don't think so. No. Never we should compare what happened on 7 October with the Holocaust. I mean, we can speak about that it was the biggest atrocity and killing of Jews since the Holocaust. This is true.
Yeah.
Okay. We can say that we saw visions that we were exposed to in the Holocaust. This is true, but this has nothing to do with the massive, systematic industrial killing of the Jews by the Nazi Germany. I mean, there's nothing to do with it. But whether they would have liked to commit the same kind of genocide, according to their declarations, yes. I mean, this is what they are saying. So these are the goals in Gaza. These are what we are looking to achieve. If they release the hostages and surrender, probably the war will end immediately. But it would have ended months ago.
It's very cruel situation.
Do you want me to make a reference also to Lebanon? What are the conditions in Lebanon?
Yeah.
Well, Lebanon is a bit different. First of all, the type of army that we are having in Lebanon is, Lebanon is a sovereign state that cannot implement his sovereignty. There are few armies in Lebanon. We are very clear about it from the beginning. We want to see Hezbollah going north enough to make sure that they won't be able to launch the same type of attack like Hamas did on 7 October. Now, we invaded into Lebanon and we're searching village by village. The inhabitant for months also. I mean, the same type of evacuation of population in our side were on the Lebanese side as well. There is not a single village and almost every house that we find tunnels
everywhere
in Lebanon,
in
the south of Lebanon, but they are a bit different from the tunnels in Gaza. First of all, because it is very difficult to build them. There are places there to stay for a long time. Huge amount of food and huge amount of weapon. Tens of trucks of weapons are leaving Lebanon towards Israel. This weapon is a weapon that came from mostly from Iran. And what was the idea? The idea was that they will hide in these villages, okay? And in 1 minute, they will jump outside of the ground and invade into Israel. Because all those villages, some of them are a few hundreds of meters from Israel, 300, 400. That was the idea. So we are there, we are bombing and exploiting all these tunnels. We are taking out the weapon. We are cleaning this area. But the expectation is that Hezbollah won't go down. Now you asked me about the UN.
Yeah.
In 2006, the same resolution gave the mandate for UNIFIL, another UN organization, peacekeeper organization, to make sure that this border will be as
Demilitarized. Yeah.
Actually, the tunnels are built, under their supervision. They did nothing. They prevented nothing.
Yes, but I think you have no right to break the door of these UN blue helmets.
No, but
I saw something on
yeah,
TV.
you are right. But there was no question that it wasn't deliberate.
Yeah.
There was an attack. I mean, let's look at it in a very simple way. Let's assume that you are here, and from here there is someone attacking me.
Mhm.
Okay. Now, if I shoot him, I might hit you.
Mhm.
Okay. Who is responsible for that? First of all, the one who attacked me. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Huh?
The enemy.
The enemy.
Yeah.
This is for sure.
Yeah.
I mean, we are in kind of a conflict between us, which we didn't want.
Yeah.
Okay. So first of all, the enemy is responsible. But in a way, you are responsible for letting him be there. Why did you let him be there? We say that the UNIFIL didn't fulfill its commitment, but we are not saying it from today.
Mhm.
We are saying it for years. Now, in the end, yes, this terrorist must be killed because otherwise he will kill me. Okay?
Yeah.
We must do whatever we can to prevent any hit of the soldiers of UNIFIL as well.
Yeah.
For that reason, exactly for that reason,
Mhm.
Israel asked UNIFIL, move away because you are in a battle zone. Move away for some time
But this is
from
UN.
their places. So the UN decided not to follow this request. Yes,
Your Excellency, this is UN.
I understand that this is UN, but this is also a battle zone that the UN had to make sure that won't be a battle zone. And UN didn't take care and didn't fulfill its responsibility.
Somebody can say they fight with UN. This is not good for the.
No, I agree with you, but I'm saying this is why we asked them to move.
I understand.
I mean, we don't want it. We asked them to move. You cannot fulfill your obligation. We understand. Okay, we are sorry for that. We had different expectations.
Yeah.
You don't fulfill your obligation. Please move. We will take responsibility for that. No, but you don't let us neither to do our job, and nor you are doing your job.
Yeah. I understand, but this situation is very difficult from a lot of views. You understand?
I totally agree with you, and this is why I'm here to explain.
Какво състояние са отношенията Турция и Израел? Това вече е доста така неприятна новина. Неотдавна Ердоган заявява, че военните операции на Израел скоро ще бъдат насочени към Турция. Има ли такава опасност?
Unfortunately, Erdogan is saying a lot of things that I don't agree with him, and I don't see where are they coming from. This is not the first time, but I mean, Israel has no conflict with Turkey. Israel never had any conflict with Turkey. Israel is not a threat to Turkey. Actually, Israel for many years was an ally of Turkey. Israel was trying to support Turkey in any way. The decision to sever the relations between Israel and Turkey today is a Turkish decision. We are very sorry for that. I think that Turkey could have contributed better to the situation in the Middle East. I don't see in which way it serves their interest, but this is a Turkish decision. What is worrying is the ongoing cooperation between member of NATO with a terrorist declared terrorist organization of the members of NATO, which is Hamas. Hamas is recognized as a terrorist organization by the EU and the United States. These are the allies in NATO, and one of the members of NATO is receiving in open arms the leaders of this terrorist organization. Some of them are wanted. So this is very disturbing, but the idea that Israel would attack, we have 7 other fronts. Turkey is definitely not one of them, not even close to that.
Няколко думи за отношенията на Израел с Русия.
The relations between Israel and Russia are complicated relations because there are a lot of interests that involve in it. There are issues of security related to what's going on in Syria. We were disappointed from the position of Russia related to the attack of 7 October and the ongoing war and its cooperation with Iran. But Russia has its own leadership to take its own decisions.
Yeah. А иначе, доколко позицията на Израел е зависима от тази на Съединените щати? И Тръмп може и да промени нещо след 5 ноември?
Look, the United States is an important, solid ally of Israel. And Israel is an important and solid ally of the United States. Our relations are based on interest, on mutual interest, but mostly on sharing the same values. And you see that the United States is standing by Israel from 7 October and before that, but especially from 7 October. You see it lately with the attacks of Iran against Israel, the attacks of Israel against Iran. And this is a support that is very, very important. The two, we can speak about any of the presidents of the United States, but definitely we can say that the two last presidents of the United States, one of them from the Republicans, Trump, and the other one from the Democrats, Biden, were extremely friendly, and they contributed a lot to the security and the safety of Israel. Trump with the Abraham Accords, that he was an important facilitator of these agreements. In the end, we are having today peace treaty with the United Emirates, which is a very stable and important actor in the Middle East, with Bahrain, Morocco, etc. I mean, this is very important. And second is, of course, Biden government administration, which keeps on supporting Israel in a lot of fields.
Mm-hmm.
Israel is a sovereign state. We say it, the United States say it, we take our own decisions, and as it is published from time to time, not everything the United States is happy with, and we don't see in everything eye to eye.
Mm-hmm.
There are things that we have disputes like with any other friend, even brothers. I believe that it will stay because the roots are very solid. Now, what people tend to be mistaken is from the demonstrations that we are seeing in the United States against Israel. And we have to remember that a lot of time, someone who is vocal, first of all, is not necessarily right. He's just vocal.
Mm-hmm.
And secondly, is not necessarily the majority. Is just vocal. And in every poll that was made in the United States, the majority of the Americans are supporting Israel, and they understand that Israel is a democratic, friendly ally of the United States, and we are in the Middle East also to protect, in a way, in our presence,
Mm-hmm.
to protect interest of the United States in the region. So I believe that 5th November won't change this atmosphere. Of course, there will be some changes in the policy of every administration. It's not right.
But do you like Trump? His expression, he's not typical like another president. Sorry, this is a little bit.
I have to tell you, but I won't say if I like or dislike. This is not important. I'm not a voter of the United States, so it's not important.
Yeah.
But in general, the question when you deal with the leadership is not an issue of how he presents himself, how he speaks, what exactly expressions, what rhetoric abilities it has, but what are the actions on the ground?
Mm-hmm.
What do you do? and this is what will judge. I think this is what judges every politician in the end. I mean, every leader, what he's doing, not only rhetoric. Rhetoric is important for election time.
Какво е България за Израел? И като част от това, моите зрители искат да знаят, че казват се, че България и Израел са сключили споразумение за сътрудничество в областта на водите. И ние не знаем какво е това споразумение. Някои хора се страхуват да не ни вземат водите. Yeah. We speak for water wars.
No, we don't need to steal water from Bulgaria.
Everywhere is
but it's also impossible to steal water.
Yeah.
I'm asking myself for a long time how it is in Bulgarian. In English, I would say sister states.
Sister states.
Yes.
Yeah.
In Bulgarian, it's brother or sister?
States.
It's brother states, yeah, because Bulgarian is masculine. This is what Bulgaria is for us. It's a sister state. Now, it took me some time to understand how unique the relationship between our nation. I think that we spoke about it a minute before we started this podcast, when we mentioned the king of Bulgaria, that his mother was Jewish. Shishman.
Yeah.
This is what you told me. I mean, I wasn't familiar even with this issue. But when you look at the history of Jews in Bulgaria, this is before the arrival of Jews from Spain, Shishman. But later on, of course, what you can see is mostly a life of cooperation, of coexistence, of assimilation in the society, of participation in not only in the economic fields, in the social contacts, etc. You know, also Vasilevsky was the one who wrote in his text that his vision is that Bulgaria will be a place that Christian Jews and Turks will be able to live together.
Pure and sacred republic. This is the words of Levsky.
These are the words.
Yeah, pure and sacred republic.
Okay.
Yeah.
And he's also the one that told about Jewish families, how they protected him, etc. When you look at this history and you come to the Second World War, it becomes easy to understand the position of the people of Bulgaria against the idea of extermination of the Jewish community.
Yeah. We remember this.
Because the roots were there for years. We were brothers living together, and it was not natural for non-Jews to accept that the neighbor and friend, like a family, will be exterminated, will be deported.
Yeah.
And, you think about the activity of the people of Kyustendil, and how they, the rumors started to come, and how they are contacting the non-Jews neighbors and say, guys, we have a problem, we need some help. And how they think together who is the one that we should speak with. And they reach the idea that they will go to speak with Peshev. Dimitar Peshev.
Da.
This is beautiful history.
Mm-hmm.
So if these are the roots of our relations, and there is a huge Bulgarian Jewish community living in Israel that were very much important in the establishment of the State of Israel, of the construction of the State of Israel. You know that in some periods, the city of Jaffa, the common language was Bulgarian. There were stores in the beginning, in the 50s, and there were stores with Bulgarian. The football team Maccabi Jaffa was actually Bulgarians. Okay, I mean there were the activity of Bulgarians in Israel, their support, the what they influence in the way that they influence the Israeli society. It was extremely important. So we have historical roots, and this is something that you cannot say that you have with any other nation. Okay, this is very unique.
Yeah.
Maybe you have with other, but definitely with the Jewish people you have, and you have a good one. For me, for example, it's extremely important to see rehabilitation of Jewish sites, not to become Jewish. For example, like the synagogue in Vidin.
What's happened there?
It was rebuilt, the
Yeah.
synagogue in Vidin. It's a beautiful building today.
Yeah.
Beautiful building. It is a cultural center. It's not a synagogue anymore.
Yeah.
But the same thing should happen also in Samokov, because in the end, this is part of the Bulgarian heritage.
History.
It's part of your history.
Yeah, I accept this.
And I think that it will be very important. And this is the basis for our relations. Now, on this basis, of course, as sovereign states, what we are doing is building step by step for years our relations in different aspects and fields. One of the aspects that is extremely important for me is to establish contact between Bulgarian University Academy and the Israeli Academy. You know that Israeli universities are ranked among the best universities in the world. 3 of our universities are in the list of 100 best universities in the world. And I think that we should promote and facilitate and push towards better cooperation, research, study, exchange of students, exchange of professors. And I'm working a lot in this field. I have visited more than 11, 12 universities already, and I mean to keep on doing it. But another aspect is exactly what you ask about water.
Water, yeah.
The Middle East is it's a deserted area. I mean, we have a problem of water in the Middle East.
Dry area, yeah.
Exactly. Some 20 years ago, Israel really faced a huge risk of lack of water. I remember that as a child, we used to follow how many water is coming to the Sea of Galilee, because that was the main resource of water for us.
Mm-hmm.
And then Israel started to establish desalination facilities. That was one thing. And second, work a lot on rehabilitation of water. Today, we can say that more than 95%, I think, of the water of sewage is rehabilitated, but it's rehabilitated in a level that you can even drink it. Okay, we use it mostly for agriculture, for psychological reasons, but you can drink it. I mean, it's a good water, but mainly we supply water from desalination from the sea. But not only for us. We supply water to Jordan. We supply water to the Palestinians. They are very much dependent on the ability of Israel to produce water. Actually, we are having more water than needed today, and we are also supplying to the Sea of Galilee to make it to fill it in. Israel has a lot of abilities in means of irrigation. Mm-hmm. And I think that we can contribute to Bulgaria in a few aspects that are relevant to Bulgaria. First of all, the leakage of water. There is a huge percentage of water leakage in Bulgaria.
In our net, yeah.
Yeah, and this is something that has to be, this is what we call management of water. In Israel, the percentage is very low.
You will manage our water?
No, we can offer technology that will help you to do it by yourself. We are not going to manage for anyone else. Another field is Bulgaria has a system of irrigation, main system that from the communist time that was destroyed, and I understand
the system is broken.
Yeah, and I understand from your government, request of your government, by the way, not something that I initiated, from Prime Minister Denkov at the time and other ministers, to that the Israeli knowledge will support their intention to rehabilitate this system. All these ideas of cooperation are open. We will be happy to share any kind of information and knowledge and technology with Bulgaria. Israel developed a lot of technologies that are being used
We need
all
this
over the world.
infrastructure technology for the water, because our infrastructure is very bad.
And we are willing to do it, and I hope that a new government will be formed, that we will be able to reach some kind of discussion about this issue. We are waiting for Bulgaria. I mean, we are here to support, and actually we hope, and we are working today also to make some kind of a conference related to water to promote exactly this idea. But these are not the only fields that we are working on. I will give you another example. We are about to sign another agreement in the field of healthcare.
Healthcare.
Yeah. Mother and children healthcare. Actually, the agreement is already ready. It just has to be signed. We have to schedule a date to reach also more cooperation in fields of health. Just 2 days ago, we scheduled a visit of a very prominent eye doctor in Israel related to cornea. A lot of people who are suffering from disease of cornea has to pass through transplantation, and artificial cornea can help to solve problems to people that cannot accept from the dead body. So he would come here to give a conference. He was invited to also to teach our work. I mean, to present our work in Israel. And then I hope that doctors will find a way to cooperate. I mean, we can just open the doors, and then I hope that they will enter.
I understand. I want to thank you for this interview. Can I make one undiplomatic question? Sorry, but I'm curious. What do you think for Bulgarian elections? If you want, say something. If you don't want, say.
What do I think
not
about
correct.
Bulgarian elections?
Yeah.
I follow,
Yeah.
of course. I don't have much to say, because in the end, this is up to the people to decide what they are voting.
That's
and
enough
how.
for me. Okay, sorry.
But I do follow.
Yeah.
I do follow.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Thank
If
you.
you want
And
to
thank
say
you for
something
your
to
time.
Bulgarian people,
The only thing that I really want to say is to thank the Bulgarian people. I said it a few times in the past. I think that the Bulgarian people should be very happy about their future. Should be very proud about their past. Should be very proud about it. And I don't like to simplify the story of the salvation of the Jewish community in Bulgaria, because this would be a mistake. In the end, we are speaking in time that the genocide was committed in Europe against the Jewish people, that Bulgaria was under a fascist regime, ally of the Nazis. This is the actions that were taken by leaders of Bulgaria at the time, the church, Peshev that we mentioned.
Ordinary people.
And ordinary people.
Yeah.
The actions that were taken, you had to be brave. This is not a simple thing to
Thank
say.
you. Yeah, I understand.
And I think that Bulgarians should be proud of this past of their, and they should be proud that they keep on having the same tradition of standing by their old friends and allies, the Jewish people, even today. And I thank for the Bulgarian people for that.
Okay, I want to say something to you too. We don't understand the conflict in Middle East. You must explain a lot of for this place, for this history. of the conflict. You must understand this. The media show us that you're more aggressive than Iran. For example, I saw more aggressive Israeli army than Iran. Iran, they little bit, they stay, they wait something. Maybe they're weak. I don't know. But you must understand. You must explain what's happened, because we cannot understand this conflict.
I think that it's not a simple thing what you said.
Yeah.
And I will tell you why. You look at the media in a very decent way, okay? There are news, they report it.
Yeah.
There are facts, they report it.
Yeah.
It's not like that. The media reports what the media wants to report and the way they wanted to report it. One of the things that we are facing today, and this is a huge threat to the democratic world, huge, is the social media and the power of the social media. Now we are speaking on social media, yeah? But the power of social media is that it can be very easily manipulated.
Yeah.
TikTok, for example, it is totally Chinese. You know, the TikTok, what you see in the West is not what you see in China.
Mm-hmm.
Twitter, Facebook. I was asked in one of the schools here, or the university, I don't remember, that they gave a lecture. They said, Mr. Ambassador, we have a problem. We are being exposed to a lot of visions and stories from Gaza, but we are not exposed to the stories of Israel. How do you, as ambassador, how can you handle it?
Mm-hmm.
And I told them, you know what is interesting about it? I am not exposed at all to what you see.
Mm-hmm.
I expose only. And they said, how can it be? I said, because this is the algorithm of the social media. The algorithm of the social media has one aim. It's not to show you information. It's not to share with you things. It has only one aim, to make sure that you stay connected. If you watch, if they will expose you to material that you don't want to see, you will shut down the cell phone.
Yeah.
They want you to stay because then they can sell publicity, they can see what you like, what you don't like, etc. And in that way, they influence our mind. One. Second, when you look at states like Iran, Russia, China, Qatar, they invest huge amount of money to manipulate the social media with information. Huge.
Americans too.
Not to that extent. By the way, it's very, in the American law, you know, once someone asked in the Ministry of Foreign Affairs or in one lecture, why Israel is not trying to manipulate the information? And the answer is that if we do that, we are, I mean, our goal is the Western world. This is what they're interested in. According to the American law, it can be misconduct. It will be against the law.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so Iran doesn't care.
Mm-hmm.
Now, you will have few thousands of Indonesian, okay, young people with very little amount of money earning per day, sitting and manipulating the social media, and you will see what kind of traffic it can cause. Okay, Yemen. Now, we know that they are very active in it. We know it, as a matter of fact. Now, what is the problem that we are facing is that in the end, this is exactly the weakness of the democratic world. This is our weakness. Why? Because they are not...
The honesty cannot be weakness.
Honesty cannot be weakness.
Democracy.
Manipulation can be weakness. Manipulation of information can be weakness. Okay?
Yeah.
Because you are not exposed to real information. What we are speaking about in democracy, we speak about freedom of knowledge, freedom of information, right? That you have the right to get information from your government. Okay, that if you want to see documents, if you want to understand how they take decisions, etc., these freedoms are extremely important for the ability of a democratic world to take decisions, for people to decide which party they want to vote in the end. Okay, if you are not exposed, this is why free journalism is so important.
Free journalism with fact checkers, please. But this is
exactly
one more time.
Exactly.
Yeah.
We can have another discussion about it.
Another time. Thank you very much.
Thank
Your
you.
Excellence.
Thank you. It's
very
been a
much.
pleasure.